Hi, Jennifer. I think I've come up with a little more interactive way of getting the comments down or to you without having to transcribe them. So let's see if this works.
These are nice, Jennifer. They're straightforward, um, fairly simple, no messing around. Let's talk about the grid one first. Get that to come up. It relies entirely on text. You have it's at least three levels of hierarchy of importance, and that's uh, basically done through changes in point size. So the title, print and bean shop, is relatively bigger than the address, which is relatively bigger than the other text. You also change font from a sans serif to a serif font. The thing that probably shouldn't happen is it looks like you stretched the print and bean shop, um, stretched it out to be longer than the font was designed to be. And what that does is it changes the proportions of the font itself. So I can look at it and tell pretty quickly that it's been stretched. And there's lots of ways to get fonts to fit into the space that you want them. One is by, as you know, changing the point size. Um, Other ways can be through kerning, giving more space in between the letters, those kinds of things. But it's really not good practice to stretch out a font to fit into a space. Um, what I think could happen here is actually even more radical hierarchy. If you want to stick with using just text and no images, I would suggest that you do make the poster even more interesting, and you can do that by making aspects of it huge and other bits of it tiny. And so you can make print and bean shop absolutely huge, and then pick out what you want to be second most important. It still might be the address, but make it so much smaller than the title, and then the additional information would even be smaller than that, and you'll get a really nice contrast in that particular poster. If we look at the freeform poster, um, same thing. I think it's solid, fairly straightforward. I like the image. I like the colors that you picked. Um, but again, things seem relatively the same size, so that the title is the same, the name of the shop's the same size, basically, as Refresh Yourself at the One Stop Graphic Source. Um, and then that's about the same size as serving a full line of specialty coffee and tea. Within those, you have some interesting changes of scale. But again, particularly in a freeform poster, you can get quite radical, and you can have text at sharp angles and running off the page, and huge contrasts in size. You can have text forward and backwards and all kinds of things. So I think you need to loosen up a little bit with this one. And I think I would make that graphic, that coffee cup graphic, absolutely huge. It could be the whole page and everything else running on top of it and forward and backwards all over it. So those are my thoughts on your two posters. I think that they are solid solutions, but not adventurous solutions.